Ladies and gentlemen, this is in connection with the death of the 4 persons over the weekend. Child among 4 in Claxton Bay. 4 people, including a female child, were killed and another man seriously injured following a horrific crash along the Sir Solomon Hochoy. The incident occurred around 10 p.m. You've seen images there. When a white Hyundai Creta, registration PDY 8181, was proceeding south along the highway. The vehicle was being driven by a 51-year-old Steve of Lakpathia Trace, Las Lomas. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in Lakpathia Trace, Las Lomas right now. Apparently Steve lived here with his wife and the child that died. So our entire family was wiped out. Our entire family, one person from the Laventil area. Well, one person is from the Laventil area, but the other 3 persons, they all rented this apartment here in Lakpathia. So there's no one to speak to here. Sadly, there's no one to speak to here. Police said Elder lost control of the SUV, which flipped several times before coming to a stop. You are seeing images of the SUV right now. Before coming to a stop on the shoulder of the highway, the vehicle was extensively damaged. Seated in the front seat was an unidentified male. That person is from the Laventil area, who had serious injuries and had to be rushed to the emergency health service. In the back seat was 41-year-old Kizzy J. Cato of Upper Erica Street, Laventil, an unidentified adult female and a young girl. So 3 persons from here. Ladies and gentlemen, mother, daughter, father, they rented this apartment here. So I just want you to understand, because everybody's saying it's unknown, but it's really sad. We don't know what caused the accident really here, but maybe if you have a dash cam or you on the highway and you observe something and you don't wish to get involved, maybe you can go to my website and get in contact with me, please. But it's very, very sad. I mean, it's Sunday, and our entire family. Imagine you come here and there's nobody. There's an apartment here, and there's nobody to speak with right now because everybody was wiped away. Everybody was wiped away. The bodies were later going back to the accident. Now the body were later removed to the San Fernando mortuary by Nicholas and Son, and responding officers, including Acting Corporal Deonanan, PC Maureen, Bridge Mohan Charles, as well as Woman Corporal Charles. So that is what we have so far. Driver is Steve Elder of Lakpathia Trace, and Lakpathia Trace, Las Lomas. Lakpathia Trace, Las Lomas. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, it's just a wake-up call. It was a very, very sad Saturday. Very, very sad Saturday. We don't know where they were coming from or where they were going, but it's very, very sad. Very, 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 very sad that, wow, how just that entire family could wipe away. And, I was just thinking, people fight for all sorts of things. They fight for properties, they fight for land, they fight for all kind of inheritance. And at the end of the day, and as somebody said, when you come into this world, you really come with nothing in your hand. Nothing. You come just nothing. You don't have a ring, you don't have good clothes, you come naked. And imagine when you go, you don't go back with nothing. And while you're here on this earth, during that period, you fight for all kind of things. You fight for power, you fight for politics, you fight to stay on top, all sort of things. And when you die, you carry nothing. And this is tragic. This is very, very tragic. I mean, someone was telling me this morning that area has like a I don't know, the wind and the drop in the highway there, that area, and but it's sad, and that's why as drivers you really need to be careful. And even it's a frightening thing even for young drivers. And I still think that giving a child, I always tell that giving a child at 17 to drive a car is dangerous, because big as we are today, grown as we are today, you always learn something on the road. You always learn something on the road. Sometimes something, it catch you by surprise. There's always a spot, like a blind spot where you just didn't see, and thank God you're alive. I have had many experiences, but thank God I'm alive. But today, wow, it's very, very sad. So I just decided to show you the area and the apartment. This is Lakpathia in Las Lomas, and this is the area here where the family lived. In fact, the sister was just here. What we found out is that the sister of the deceased was just here, I think Steve, and she left. We missed her by a couple of minutes.